Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day, my friends. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, leave me a comment. By all means, share it with someone you might get something out of it. Other than that, we're just going to get into it. How is everybody today? Guys, another beautiful day, guys. My days are all blessed and beautiful today. Now, granted, there's a lot of shit goes, don't get me wrong, I go through the same crap everybody else goes through, guys. But you know what? When you live intentionally, when you count your blessings, when you try to make the world a better place around you, and you do this day in and day out, things have a tendency. Again, I say it all the time: Spirit, Buddha, Allah, whatever your higher power is, we'll see this, and we'll start putting just beautiful opportunities in front of you. And not every day is miraculous. Some days are frustrating, but even my frustrating days today are 1,000 times better than my best days before. And that's a beautiful kind of thing, guys. Guys, we're going to talk about the Just for Today and a meditation today, because again, I like them, and it's amazing how much I can apply these things to my life today. The topic for today is old dreams needn't die. And guys, that's something I've been talking about a lot lately, particularly right now, because everything I used to, everything in my life that used to be a pipe dream, the things that I'd sit around getting high and saying, well, this is what I'm going to do, trying to talk myself up and basically just trying to talk, keep myself from, feeling the misery that I was experiencing. Today I'm doing those things. And again, I don't say that other than to let you know that that's what happens when you do the work. Guys, when you put down the drugs, and again, you got to take it a step farther than that. It's not only first of all, putting down the drugs, the drink, that's huge. And if you manage that, then bravo, and I'm so proud of you. I do not say that in any light way, shape, or form. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's an incredibly hard thing to do, and for all of us that have, hats off to you, man. I'm so proud of you, and please keep up the great work. Now, when you get a little bit of stability, and this is the whole reason I do this channel, guys, is because I've come to find and I found to experience that it is so much easier to keep from going backwards when you change the things that brought you there in the first place. And again, if you're not somebody that deals with addiction, you watch the channel because I'm spiritual and upbeat and positive, and you want to build your life, guys, I've definitely cracked the code. I'm not trying to sit there. I'm not telling you a program. I'm telling you, I'm sharing what I'm finding for free, because it makes me incredibly happy and it magnifies my blessings. I'm not here to make anything off of anybody, right? I go to work every day to pay my bills, and if this channel gets enough views some days and I make money off the channel, then that's fantastic. That'll be part of my retirement. But I'm working on that. I'm here to share the beautiful experiences and the hope and just the beautiful life that I'm building, because I want to see other people do the same, because I understand the more that do, the better we all are, right? My wins are your wins are my wins, right? We're all one. We're all a community here, and when one of us gets better, we all get better. The more of us that step forward in recovery and start living these beautiful spiritual lives, and then part of that, guys, is helping those around you. So now we're helping more and more people, and then those people are going to step up and they're going to help people. And you know what, guys, if we all actually did this, and I say so because I'm doing it, and I hope others are doing it with me, but the more people that do this, we can actually make this epidemic of addiction go away. We can literally change this world. Guys, yeah, lost dreams awaken and new possibilities arise, as the slogan underneath the old dreams needn't die. And then, it goes on, but I kind of put it into my own words, right? So basically, guys, just like I was saying, I used to put so much energy into spinning excuses and rationalizations for my failures. Today, I don't have to do that. I accept, and first of all, I take accountability. And I'm the first one to tell you guys. And it's funny, as I progress in recovery, my history is suddenly changing, right? It's becoming what it actually was, because I'm taking accountability. Because I've come to the conclusion, excuse me, I'm scratchy today. I've come to the conclusion that if I sit there and ride these excuses that I used to make for why things weren't going right in my life, I can't fix them. And that's what I'm all about today, guys. I understand that I continue to get better by fixing my mistakes, and not so much trying to change my past, but understanding and changing my actions that caused these things, And part of that is understanding where I was right and where I was wrong. And I was wrong in a lot of places, guys. And most of it was what I told myself. I never wanted to sit there and say that I was making poor choices. I had every opportunity to do better, and I chose not to. Unfortunately, that's the truth. And the beauty of that is, guys, by being honest with that today, now I'm actually going back and looking at those situations and seeing them for what they really were, and that's helping me to not repeat them. That's the power in it, guys. We have so much more power over our life than we choose to, right? When we're making poor choices and we're not living up to our potential, we want to have every excuse in the world why it's not our fault. And granted, there are some that aren't our fault. But there's literally nothing any of us can't do. If you put your mind to it and you go about it the right way and take the right action steps, you will get there. You can do anything. If you do it in resonance, in alignment with who you are, what your soul needs, what your actual physical, spiritual, and mental needs are, you'll get there so much faster and probably surpass that. And not only that, but you'll have so much more fun along the way. Learning to be the best version of yourself is about being able to love yourself, right? And that's the thing, guys. Like, I legitimately, and I know I don't say it in a cocky way, because again, I'm not better than anybody by any means, because I love everybody. There's a reason I say that at the end of every video, and that's another beauty, guys. I didn't give two shits about anybody other than the person that was giving me my drugs in the past, and that's terrible, absolutely terrible. I'm so sorry to be able to say that, even though I would try to, be upbeat and positive. That was more or less just trying to, take attention away from the, don't, watch this hand, not what this one's doing type of deal, because, this one was doing some Science 80 shit, and so I tried to put on a smile and look like the happy, upbeat guy so nobody paid attention to what I was really doing behind the scenes. Today, that's not the case. Today, I try to shine light on what I'm actually doing, because I'm proud of what I'm actually doing. I'm proud of who I'm becoming, and every one of you can do this, guys. You've got to start to understand that every thought you have in your head determines every action that you take, and then every action that you take determines your reality outside you, the world around you. So it starts with that inner monologue. And again, find your higher power. Understand it's not just you. If you are alone in the woods in a cabin and you have your higher power, you're not alone. So at least now you're part of something, and that's so important. In order to contribute and get something in return, you've got to be able to be a part of something. And today I'm a part of a lot of things. But it starts with me and my higher power. That's the most important relationship I have. The second most important relationship I have is with self. And because I've mastered these two or elevated these two relationships, every other relationship in my life is becoming better and better. The people that are still in my life, I have a much better relationship with. Those that were just taking and didn't want to, elevate and just wanted to use me and not have to do what they had to do, are falling by the wayside because I won't allow it. And that's the beauty of it, guys. Even if we feel like somebody else is oppressing us, when you become better and stronger by pouring into yourself and getting in resonance with your higher power and who you are and what you should be doing, you will find strength, and you will no longer allow those relationships, and you'll be able to stand up and speak and speak clearly in your needs and what you will and won't allow. And when you do that day in and day out, it may not happen overnight, but when you do so repeatedly, people will stop taking because you're not giving anymore. And that's beautiful, right? And every time you let go of one of those negative situations, you're making room for something positive. And it may not happen overnight, guys. It's going to take a little bit of time. You've got to be able to sit in the silence. And the only way you can sit in the silence is by becoming, and finding a way to fall in love with yourself. You've got to be happy with the person you are, and you've got to find positive things to fill the silence with. I took all that time out, and all I did, guys, was self-development, Tony Robbins seminars, Dom the Hypnotist seminars. I was taking, watching from seminars on MIT finance, and I literally stopped watching TV, stopped watching the news, and just filled my time with nothing but positivity, nothing but opportunities, right? And ways to better myself, ways to learn about my disease and my character defects, and then ways to improve upon them. And then I'd go out as I got better and I had strength and I had excess, I would go out and share it with other people. And then, as opportunities started to present themselves, I looked at my opportunities and started to pick and choose which ones made sense, and I went after them. And I still get phone calls constantly from somebody who wants me to do something stupid. And I just say no. And that's the beauty of it, guys. I never could before. Like, I just didn't have it in me to say no to people. And, so, it's very important, guys. No is a complete sentence. And that's the other thing I had to learn. For me, it was always, well, if I say no, I got to have an excuse to back it up so I don't feel like I'm being a dick. Well, now, today, I know that I'm not. I'm one of the kindest, most generous, giving people on this planet. So if I'm saying no, there's a very good reason for it. It's a bad idea. It's taxing too much. It's too much take and not enough give. Or it's putting me in a bad situation, a dangerous situation. And I won't allow that to happen. Period. And that's the end of the story. I don't have to make excuses. I don't have to give reasons. I just know it's not what's best for me. It's not what I'm doing right now. It's not who I am anymore. And it's as simple as that. And you've got to be able to do that. And you're never going to be able to do that unless you find your higher power. Take time out, heal, right? Get over the traumas that have been inflicted. And again, guys, I'm not trying to make light of anything anybody's been through. If you need help, get help. Like, I'm the first one to tell you I did. I'm still working with my therapist. And it's funny. My therapist is getting the easiest hour of his life when he works with me because I'm incredibly happy and a lot of good things are happening with me. And it's just kind of, but at the same time, I still go because sometimes just talking, he hears things and brings them back to my attention that I don't even know I'm doing, and it helps me be more intentional because, guys, of everything I've learned, of all the lessons I've learned, the most important thing is understanding the power of my own energy. By talking good thoughts to myself, by looking at my good attributes, by leaning into my strengths, and then working to supplement my weaknesses, I've completely and utterly changed my entire life, the trajectory of my life. All the things that I used to dream of are literally happening, right? And I catch myself even now, guys, going, "Oh, am I ready for that? Am I ready for that?" And then I stop and think, and I literally will have say a little prayer, and I'll stop and I'll be intentional about it and say, "Well, yeah, of course I am." It's literally everything that's happening is happening in line so incredibly beautifully. They're everything that I want, and sometimes just like, it's just one of my things where I was used to being things going badly for so long that I still find myself not always fully believing, or no, in a moment having a hard time understanding that these blessings that are coming in are real. Because, guys, I used to just bullshit all the time. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I never did a fucking thing. All I did was get high and waste my money, and then get, just, even when I had good things going, I would eventually blow it up because I didn't have the consistency. Understand, guys, there's no one secret to everything. It's about being the best version of you. It's about being consistent. It's about having a positive inner monologue. It's about being in resonance, being in alignment with who you are and what it is you're here to do. Finding your higher power, finding your higher calling, being in connection with your higher self, being in alignment with your surroundings, like going with the flow, finding that flow state. These are things that have to happen for you to get better and to succeed. And the more you do it, right, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it, and the faster you're going to raise to beautiful new experiences. I've got so many amazing things coming. I don't know what half of them are anymore, but I can see the starts. I've been intentional enough that I can see how things start to play out, and I'm starting to think and going, wow, the littlest little things that I think are absolutely nothing have made the biggest differences, guys. All the situations where I found myself about to repeat an old pattern, and I catch myself and say, nope, that can't do that today, because you know what, I'm trying to be different, so I'm going to be honest. Every time I've caught myself and fixed that behavior, something crazy beautiful has come out of it. That includes the Harvard scholarship. That includes getting my truck, starting my business, getting help to be able to start my business. All these things happen because I actually, instead of telling this person this thing and then this person this thing, because that's not going to look good for this one, but it'll look good for this one, I've told everybody the exact same honest truth, and it's been shocking, guys. And it was hard. There was times I'm like, oh, this is, guys, I was $12,000 in debt to my landlord. He held my apartment while I was in rehab, offered to pay for rehab because he just wanted me to get clean. And then I get out, and he's like, all right, good, you're home, you're healthy, you can just work, and get me paid back. And I'm like, I gotta quit my job. Like, that was scary as hell. I'm like, this guy's gonna flip out, he's gonna tell me he's gonna evict me again. But no, I explained to him, I said, Doug, you know I'm the hardest working, you know I love to work. But the day I get back to work, the boss stopped and picked up cocaine 2 hours after I got in the truck. I'm like, I can't be around that. Like, it's not gonna keep me sober. And he asked me, what are you gonna do? I said, well, I've already reached out and I'm, coming up with a bunch of side work. And he said, great, I got a ton of side work for you too. And little by little, guys, a month later, I went legit with my business, and I've been thriving ever since. But again, had I taken the easy route and I had not been honest and not been upfront with what my needs were, none of that would have happened, right? Then he was letting me use the truck. The guys let me use the truck, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not working, It was supposed to be for, doing stuff for him, for going to my AA meetings, for going to the gym, going to my doctor's appointments. Then all of a sudden, I'm starting to use it for work. So I'm like, oh, Jesus, you know what? He's been too good to me. I can't take advantage of him like that. So I called him up and I said something. I said, hey, Doug, what do you want me to do? I don't want to be taken advantage here. You baby that King Ranch. I mean, he literally, guys, he paid 80 grand for it, and he put $65,000 into having it redone so it stayed pristine and cherry. Now, granted, it's getting older and a little beat up now, but the day I got out of rehab and started driving it, we just picked up the Ford dealership, had $20,000 worth of transmission, transfer case, drive shaft, and rear end, all rebuilt. And I'm like, I can't start throwing this fucking, my work tools in this truck and trashing on them. So I asked him, I said, what do you want me to do? You want me to find something else? You want to just use it? And he says, no. He goes, tell you what, I know you need the truck. When I come home, I'll rent the car. The next day, he calls me up and says, hey, you know what? Why don't we make it easy? Why don't you just buy the truck? And then he gave it to me for $5,000. Guys, none of that would have happened, except I saw a problem coming and I got in front of it and expressed my needs and asked what was best for him and tried to be fair. Guys, when you just put your cards on the table and don't try to get over on somebody and just listen, this is what I need, this is what I can do, what can we work out? More often than not, when you're being a good person and you're trying to do the right things, more often than not, it's going to go in your favor. You'll be shocked. I've been shocked time and time again at the results that I'm getting. And as I'm doing so, I'm realizing, and guys, that's the thing, you got to be intentional. You got to count your blessings, and you got to stop and pay attention to what's going on. And I'm realizing, okay, as I make better choices, as I catch my old behaviors and change them, I'm getting these massive rewards. So now, every time I make a move, I think, is this old behavior, is this new behavior? Let's make sure we go with new. And I challenge myself to step up, even when it hurts, even when it's going to cost me, even when it's going to make it, I'm going to have to take 15 extra steps to hopefully get back to square one. Maybe have to take a step backwards, but if that's what I have to do it right, that's what I do. And every time I'm doing it, it's coming up miraculous, guys. All these things that I thought were dead dreams and bygone opportunities are either coming back or something better is replacing them today. And it's because I give thanks to God regularly, my higher power. Call yours what you will. I don't mean that disrespectfully, but however you give reverence, be grateful, be intentional, be introspective, right? Be accountable, take accountability, and just show up and do the best you can with what you have. Just try to just take one step higher every day. If you live that intentionally, just a little bit, you will be absolutely amazed at how quickly you gain strength, how quickly things start to multiply. In the early days, it was like I was getting these miracle after miracle because I had nothing. I needed everything. So it was miraculous to have these opportunities drop in my lap, right? Now, what I'm seeing is now my seeds have been planted, and now I'm just showing up and watering them every day. And now I'm starting to get yields, right? Like I'm starting to, my harvest is starting to blossom here and there. And because I'm consistently doing the work and consistently showing up and doing good things in this place and that place and that place and that place and that place, everywhere I go throughout the day, now it's starting to tally up, and I'm starting to get kickback from the universe on everything that I've been doing. And I'm like, every day I'm just in shock. Like, I find myself every day when I start the video, I'm like, oh my God, it's been such a great day. And I'm like, I hope people don't think I'm out of touch with reality. But you know what? I'm having a lot of good experiences today. And again, keep in mind, I'm comparing them to the shit life that I used to live. But at the same time, it doesn't matter because I'm happy and I'm intentional. And the happier I get, and that's what I'm trying to show you guys. I don't know if I always put it into words well enough. I don't want you guys to think I'm just some out of touch, fucking miracle magnet. What it is, I'm trying to show you that it's the energy you show up in that determines your reality. So when you show up in that upbeat, positive, helpful, grateful energy, abundance, literally, I'm looking at the abundance around me and the comfort levels and just the gains that I'm making in every area of my life, and then coming back and not taking my foot off the gas, just keeping it down, excuse me, not weaning myself over anybody, not trying to get over on anybody, trying to collaborate with everybody and share every opportunity I can. Whenever I have an opportunity to bring somebody else in for work, I do, because I'm not greedy like that, and I understand there's plenty to go around. If I have an opportunity to put somebody else to work and let them make some of the money, that's just one more job done, so I can go do another one, and the work is lining up. So I don't have to hoard. I don't have to be like that. I can share what I have with people that are deserving or that need it. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna go around just handing shit out. And it's funny. I don't mind it here, guys. I post on TikTok because it's helping me grow this channel, and it's helping me build build my social media following. But I'll tell you what, like, I literally have to just stop interacting with anybody. When I tell you there is 800 people reaching out to me trying to scam me from a fake profile, that is not a word of an exaggeration. It is unbelievable at this point. I literally, I just assume every single person on my profile. So I'm just, guys, and that's the thing. There's nothing I can do about that. It still helps my numbers. It's still, I still get a lot of good comments on my videos from people all over the world. But everybody that pretends they want to meet me directly, I understand, is a scam, and that's fine. So I just stop talking to people on there. It's simple as that. And it kills me because the whole point of it, like, I love interacting with you guys in the comments here because it's real people giving me real comments. It's not, it's just ridiculous over there, guys. I've got, I think, 3,000 followers. I think literally 3,000 to the number as of today, or 29.95 or something. And I think something like 2,800 of them are 28 to 35-year-old, pretty girls. Like, no, like, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? It's in every and maybe sure, that's okay because I say good things and I'm just encouraging, but they're not trying to reach out to meet me, and they don't live 2 miles up the street, and they don't have. Yeah, whatever, guys. Just, and you know what? I should share some of this because I'm sure some people are getting scammed online, guys. If you got to be so careful online. Do not send anybody a gift card, right? I mean, I don't know where gift cards have come to replace the almighty dollar, but if some girl hits you up and says, "Oh, I'm lonely and I want you to come over, send me a PlayStation gift card to keep my kid busy so we can," guys, don't believe it. All right, they're scamming you. I've never been taken because I'm discerning that way, but you know what? If it's coming in my head, it's got to be here for a reason. Oh my God, this video is getting long, guys. I'm so sorry. Anyway, guys, when you step up to the plate, old dreams don't have to die. It doesn't matter what you've lost, what has been taken away. When you walk in faith, when you give reverence, God will replace everything or give you something better than you even expected. And guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm 52 years old. And I'm starting from scratch. And in 5 months, I've made up what I couldn't do in 40 years because I've done it with God. Guys, God loves you. I love you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next one.